The New York Jets head south to face their division rival Miami Dolphins on Sunday. Miami is installed as a 6.5-point favorite on BETDAQ. 41 is the total in this game. Now, the Dolphins need this game desperately. For them to make the playoffs for the first time since 2008, they have to beat the Jets, and they need either Baltimore to lose or San Diego to win. The Jets have been bad for most of the season, even though they have covered more games than not, 8-6-1 against the spread. So the Jets have locked up a winning against the spread season, but they are below 500 once again. They've been eliminated from playoff contention for a couple of weeks now. They were able to beat the Cleveland Browns last week, and their defense has been performing at an above-average level all season. And what do you make of the Dolphins now after what we saw out of them last week when they were shut out 19-0 by the Buffalo Bills? Heading into that game, the Dolphins needed only to beat the Bills and the Jets this week to lock up that playoff berth, but again, they didn't produce a single point in Buffalo, and they were coming off their highest-scoring three-game stretch of the season, so that's very difficult to understand, and quite frankly, it scares me off of this game a little bit, because otherwise, I would be on the Dolphins. They do need to win this game, as I said, and really like the matchup of their defense against this New York offense. The Jets, 30th in the NFL in points scored. Geno Smith, even though he's steadied the ship a bit here in these last couple of weeks, still this season he's only thrown 12 touchdown passes and he's turned the ball over 28 times. Big reason only two teams have scored fewer points than the New York Jets. And the Dolphins 8th in the NFL in points allowed. The secondary is the strength of that defense, so be very surprised if the Jets were able to get anything going offensively in this game, which is why if you do lean towards the Jets here, I think it makes a lot of sense to lean towards the under as well. If the Jets are going to win this game or stay within 6.5, I think it's going to be their defense that does the heavy lifting. I can see the Jets pulling out a cover if this turns out to be a 17-13, 20-14 type game, you understand? But if Miami's able to get anything going on offense, I don't think the Jets are going to be able to keep up. So look, I have a slight Miami lean in this situation. I just think they're a better team. They need this game. Think they're going to really suffocate that New York offense. But I don't love Miami after what we saw last week. You know, early last week I had a Miami lean in that game against Buffalo, and I sort of talked myself out of it throughout the course of the week and was happy that I ended up staying away with the way the game ended up playing out. And who knows, this game this week could follow a very similar pattern. I do have a Miami lean right now. Not sure if I'm going to be able to take that leap after what we saw last week, though. So we'll see. We'll see what to expect out of both these teams this week. Again, I expect Miami to win this game, but hey, you never know.